What do you do when you're a comedian, but you're also a guitarist, and you just land a spot on Saturday Night Live? Let's ask my buddy Luke Null, but I think you already know the answer. I'm Thom Tran, and I'm going in-depth into my guitar collection and that of my famous friends to give you all the nerdy gear goodness like specs and price, but also the story, both historical and personal, about how these instruments got into our hands. This is the story behind the strings. Now, unlike most instruments we talk about on this show, this one didn't start with an email notification from Reverb telling me that someone was bidding on the instrument that I wanted. But welcome to the show. As always, hit the like button, subscribe to the show, and share the episode with a friend. It really does help. Usually I start the episode with introducing the guitar, but since this is a special episode with our first guest, I'll introduce him first. Welcome my buddy, fellow comedian and guitarist, Luke Null.
What up?
Hey, buddy.
I don't know
how are
which
you?
one is the one that both of us are in here. Just write down the gut.
Just write down
what
the
up?
gut.
I'm saying what up to the people at home, Tim.
Thanks for coming over, man.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about this baby. What do you have here?
So what we got right here is one of my splurges during my year at SNL.
Okay.
And what's funny is you don't get paid that much money at SNL either.
Really?
You really don't. In fact, when I moved to LA, I went to an entertainment tax guy for the first time, and he was like, "You were on NBC for a whole year?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I've never seen anyone be paid less money." And I went, "Cool, thank you so much for telling me that. Very neat. Appreciate you saying that to me." But that being said, this is not like some back-breaking expensive Martin.
Right.
It's a pretty standard Martin.
It's the DRS1,
Yeah,
which is
pretty-
the Dreadnought Road Series Level 1. So it's the most
vanilla.
affordable Martin that you can gig with. So I like to start this show by taking a look at the nerdy gear stuff. So let's talk about some of the specs. And I looked up the specs on the guitar. Most of the guitars we talk about on this show, I really have to search and cross-reference sources to get the specs, but not the Martin DRS1.
Yeah.
Those specs are very readily available.
Sure, right down the middle.
So here are the specs on the Martin DRS1. The body is a D14 fret shape with no cutaway. The top, back, and sides of the body are made of a wood called sapella in a mahogany color with a satin finish and a black pickguard. The sound hole has a single ring rosette, and the bridge is made of a black rich light in a belly style with a 2 1/8 inch spacing. The scale comes in at 25.4 inches with a mortise and tenon neck joint, and the body meets the neck at the 14th fret. It's got 20 frets total. The nut width is 1 3/4 inches at the nut with plastic dot inlays. The tuning machines are chrome enclosed with small buttons, and it comes with a Fishman sonotone pickup.
I like it. It fits me well. The thing about it that's funny is I bought it at that Murray Hill guitar shop down in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. Did I get a terrible deal? Probably.
Was it brand new or was it
It was
used?
brand new.
Okay.
Bought a brand new.
Now, as a touring stand-up comic, this was the right guitar for the right price for Luke. Brand new, these were going for about $700 retail. And if you'd like one of these roadworthy, straight-down-the-middle acoustics, as of this video, you can find one on Reverb for anywhere between $575 and almost $1,000. Now, I did see one on eBay coming in from Japan listing at $1,500 because reasons?
I've always had a dream that I wanted to have to tell someone to go up on the ladder at the guitar store and be like, "I want that guitar up there." And he had to get up on a ladder to get it, and I appreciated that. It wasn't top of, it wasn't I was afraid to touch it because I would break it, you buy it situation.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm getting a nice guitar.
Right. I love how prolific you are.
Oh gosh.
Putting out tunes online. Like, I've had people tell me, "Hey, Thom, you should do more music comedy on the website."
That's funny, I get the opposite. They're like, "You should stop doing so much music." No. But I appreciate that. I pollute the internet. Yeah.
How many guitars do you have?
So my wife is a big, if I had as many guitars as you, she'd be like, "You have to leave."
Well, I am divorced now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's blame the guitars.
Yes.
Yeah. It was
Let's
too many
not
guitars.
blame anything else that happened.
No, nothing you could have done or said. No, I feel like though, she was very cool. Like when I was living in Chicago with her, I had a few more guitars.
What's a few more?
I would say I probably at my zenith I only ever had like 6.
Okay. What's your dream guitar?
I always wanted a Gretsch. I always wanted like a hollow body, big.
Nice. Like a,
You know, yeah. I
Yeah.
always wanted a cool Gretsch.
like a Stray Cats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like the dude from The Living End. He
Yes.
has like a custom Gretsch. I always loved his guitar. I was like, dude, that guitar is slick.
All right, so tell me the Saturday Night Live story. What was that like? Talk to me about Saturday Night Live. How did you get that?
I moved to Chicago after school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Chicago, great comedy community.
Right.
It's like the only city I would argue that like sketch and improv is above stand-up.
Right.
It is kind of the hub of improv and
You've got
sketch.
Second City and
IO, the Annoyance. It's teaming with people that are there on the off chance, the pie in the sky, that you will get a chance to audition for SNL because they come out every summer.
Yep.
But I saw a guy get hired,
Wow.
and so it made
Yeah.
it very real. I didn't get hired the first time I auditioned. They came back the following summer, and they the theater owner of IO, Sharna Halpern at the time, she like picks out about 15 people to go up and do 5 minutes of whatever you want to do.
Right.
I always had a little musical tidbit because that was my act, was musicals. So I would always, I did characters and bits and stuff, but I would always end with a little nugget of a song.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming over, man. Do you want to jam a little bit? How about this? How about you play one of the tunes you're doing on your tour?
You know what? Give the people what they want.
Let's give the people what they want.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
do a tune.
There's times every once in a while where you got to do a song that just really takes the air out of the room, and people go, "Why did we come to this show? What is this? Why are we here? Why are you doing a 3-minute long song with one joke in it?" Sometimes I think I'm a piece of shit. Then I look at all my good deeds and think, no, that ain't it. I'm a good guy. Like when I go to CVS and they hand me my receipt, there's a how we doing survey on the bottom there for me. I go home and I fill it out, and I always give my local store a nice 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. And I leave a comment on CVS.com. I write, the store is friendly, the store is clean. Diane in cosmetics always asks if I'm finding what I need. But when she goes to ring me up and I'm buying lambskin condoms, she always makes some comment like, "Oh, it looks like someone's allergic to latex." Then I look her in the eye, say, "No, Diane, you're mistaken. I'll take these lambskin condoms home, fry them up just like bacon." And then I start to drool and type my rewards number in, but the keypad does not work. That's why I'll get a 9 out of 10. You gotta fix that keypad. And then you gotta end with, sometimes I think I'm a piece of shit.
Hey, this is Thom from the future in the editing bay. So there is a ton more to this interview. We shot like an hour worth of footage, including the jam session that you see here. But because super long videos make the algorithm gods mad, we put the rest of it up on the Patreon page. If you want to check it out, go to patreon.com/ThomTran for more.
That's weird.
And we wrap up this episode of the show with that. Thank you for checking out this very special episode of The Story Behind the Strings. Luke, thank you for popping by.
Thank you for having me.
And telling us the story behind your Martin DRS1. Thank you for watching the show. Remember, if you liked it, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the bell icon to be notified when a new episode drops. I'm trying to make it every 2 weeks instead of every 3. And tell your friend about the show. Luke, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Hit me on the gram, hit me on the talk, hit me wherever you got social media. I'm polluting that noise with a bunch of songs about my butt.
You can find me on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, or Facebook, all at the same place. If you want one of my custom themed t-shirts, which I am not wearing today, this is just a Fender t-shirt that I got at the Fender shop, you can go to ThomTranShop.com. That'll take you to my TeePublic store. If you want to help support the page even further, go to Patreon, become a Patreon patron, and you can help support the show. That gives you an opportunity to tell us what guitar you want me to go behind the strings of. Links are all in the show notes. Thank you again, and let the strings tell your story.